My name is Terezinha Roberts, and I run a business called Wild Colors that sells natural dyes. I was born in the south of Brazil, in Porto Alegre, and I did a degree in biology. In my final year, I was invited by the World Wildlife Fund, the WWF, to work ringing birds in the Amazon forest. And I was there for 6 months, very bright, colorful place. Then we came to England, and we got posted to Malawi in Africa, studying more insects, again, bright, colorful. And then we came back to Liverpool, and I did the City and Guilds in embroidery, which was funded by the European Fund. And I learned to dye there and do embroidery and sewing, but they only use chemical dyes. Then we moved to Birmingham, and I was looking for something to do for a social life. And as we were driving around Birmingham looking for a place to live, I kept seeing the allotments. And with their ramshackle buildings, their greenhouses and things higgledy-piggledy, they reminded me of shanty towns in Brazil. And when you have an allotment, you get lots of seed catalogs. And one of the seed catalogs sold dye plant seeds. So I thought, I can try to grow them. So I was growing those dye plants in the allotment for a couple of years. We also grow flax, from which we make linen. From seed to harvest, it takes 100 days. And after I've grown the flax, I need to put it in the water to wet, to soften the glue that holds the fibers together. And then I break it up, and inside here you see the fibers. That is what is used for making linen. After I've broken the flax, I dress my distaff so all the fibers are arranged around it. Then I have to make my fingers wet. And then I use a drop spindle to spin the fibers. And the drop spindle has been used for at least 10,000 years to spin all the fibers that were used for making clothes. And the water in my fingers glues the fibers together. So this will make a very strong thread, as you can see in a moment. You see, I can pull it, it just won't break. In a flax that I have spun into linen, I used to make a jumper. So that jumper is a true Birmingham jumper. The flax was grown in the allotment. The red stripes are from mother roots that were also grown in the allotment. We actually have 3 studios in total for the business. In this studio here we run most of Wild Colors. I also do my writing here and my experiments, like sewing, making smocks, making quilts that go on exhibition and go on Facebook and Twitter to promote the business. Next door is we run Wild Paper, where we sell handmade paper. And then I have another studio in the art house across the road where I go to do my thinking, and I also do weaving and spinning there. And Mike does the website, does the accounts, and does the photographs. Jill weighs the dyes, and we pack the orders here.
Probably about 8 or 9 years ago, when I joined the Birmingham Weavers and Spinners Guild, I joined that because I wanted to experiment with dyeing, and that's how I met Terezinha, and we got on very well. And she was in a business where she needed extra help, and I was doing a job where I didn't want to carry on doing what I was doing, so it worked very well for us both.
We deliver all over the world, at least 75 countries. The business has grown from maybe 1 order a week, where people still had to send us checks by post. When in 2008, when we started, there was no PayPal, nothing, no way of paying easily over the internet. and then gradually started to grow to 5 orders a day, and now we reach about 15 orders a day on average, and we are selling to 75 countries. Being on the first page of Google makes a huge difference for the business.